Yes, we'll definitely go back to that after this. So just for Facebook Live here, we're with Chris Seymour. He's running for Senate.
We're doing this right now?
Yeah, we are live on Facebook. We are going to play the live Uber Senator show. So Chris drives for Uber and or Lyft. It's unclear. Both, and he does this to his passengers in the car. So let's play around.
All right, got a group of professionals with me. You are live with Chris Seymour on the Uber Senator Show, where you can get a lift from Chris. So, on the Uber Senator Show, I have a 3-question challenge for you. And I guarantee you the right answers because, great, they didn't ask me my party affiliation and I don't know yours. So if you have 3 issues that you want to bring up and or 3 questions, you ask me those 3 questions, and 2 out of the 3, I guarantee you I will be on your side some shape or form. On the 3rd one, if I'm not on your side or if you're not on my side, if I don't agree with you, I guarantee you we should be able to find a way, I should be able to find a way to compromise with you. The reason why I say that, public, is if I don't, I shouldn't be running for senator because I'm the guy that's to reach across all the aisles, and I do mean all the aisles. It's more than Republicans and Democrats in office, people. Don't let them fool you. There are some independents, there are some green people, there are still probably some libertarians in office also here in Minnesota. So we're all here together, and I coined myself as a blue dog Democrat, and so you guys are on the Uber Senator Show with Chris Seymour where you can get a lift. Let's hear these 3 questions.
So we ask you the questions.
You ask me the questions.
I will start with... let's talk about police reform. What do you think needs to be done to make policing better in large communities like Minneapolis and St. Paul?
You want me to answer the big question? Because that was a big question.
It's a big problem. So in the last month in Minneapolis, we've had a number of scandals, a lot of drama. We've had the police admit that they had a marijuana sting that ended up arresting out of 28 stings, 27 African Americans. You had another scandal where for something like 68 times in the past year, or in 2017, Minneapolis police officers requested that paramedics sedate suspects
You're giving
with
me
ketamine.
Answers right now. I don't want you to give me answers. What I want you to do is
I'm giving you the grounds for the question. And then we had the shooting in North Minneapolis a couple of weekends ago.
Yep, I've been live on all of that stuff.
And so there have been reforms put forward. There is a new mayor of Minneapolis. There is a new police chief of Minneapolis. Those are trying
reforms. We get new of them.
So what?
Every time a child is born.
So what do you think is the way to actually fix the problems inside the city of Minneapolis Police?
Well, thank you, sir, for participating on the Chris Seymour Uber Senator Show. I have a great answer for that because I do want to fix it all. That's why I'm running for such a big office. And so one thing I have put out there is that when I take office, I am going to decrease, number 1, penitentiary chances. A penitentiary chance, for those that don't know, means a man will wake up in the morning knowing that his baby needs diapers and Similac, his other children need cereal, his wife needs food and clothes, and he needs to go to work, but he works at McDonald's.
We'll get
and
back to that.
He makes less than $15 an hour, and he knows that Mr. Willie across the street in my North Minneapolis neighborhood will give him a package of what we call work.
Okay.
And work is dope. Or Mr. Willie will send him to another state and bring back some dope. And that amount of money that he will bring home will suffice for what he just said, what I said he needed for a month. And so when you weigh those 2 things out, that is a penitentiary chance.
Stupid question.
Yes.
Because I'm a girl and I'm white.
The whitest.
Do you mean drugs by dope?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
It's not a stupid question.
on board with selling drugs.
Am I on board with selling drugs?
I'm very confused.
Yeah.
I don't think you're saying that you're on board with selling drugs. I think you're saying that this is the
listen to
choice.
me.
This is the choice that people have to make in this community.
And I'm glad you said what you said because you're confused by what I said.
Yeah.
And in my brain, I'm like, there's no way in the world you should be confused by what I said. What I just described to you is happening right this very second in North Minneapolis. So I'm going to go back and say there's a man that works at McDonald's. And when he wakes up in the morning, he knows McDonald's will not provide for him this day the Similac and the Pampers and the food and the transportation and blah, blah, blah for that particular day. But he still either has the choice to make do with that, be it tear off a T-shirt and wrap it around his baby's behind and make a diaper, or he can look across the street in North Minneapolis. This is hypothetical, but it's real. He can look across the street and say, Mr. Willie over there, because he knows he's the dope man of the community. We know who the dope men are. I know dope men. So do white people, so don't get it twisted.
I don't, but that's...
You need to get out more.
That's true.
Okay? So the truth is, he could go to that man and say, hey, bro, I need $5,000. You got that kind of work today? And Mr. Willie might say, yeah, if you take a drive to Texas, I'll give the money to your wife right now.
Okay.
That happens in the United States.
Okay.
So this is what I will do. So the police also know that. I did a video on Broadway screaming to the new mayor and also the St. Paul mayor. I wish I could curse on y'all's show. I don't give a dang on about what they say they're going to do. And they're both Democrats. And the Democratic offices put them in office. The truth is, dope still runs the street on Broadway, but there's 2 or 3 police stations. How the hell does that continue to happen? That's a waste of community money, period. I want crime to decrease just like everybody else wants crime to decrease. But they're fronting. So my thing is...
Who's fronting?
Society. I don't know who exactly it is, but it's all a front. So when you ask me how I'm going to fix things, is by interjecting $36 billion into the fabric of Minnesota. $36 billion minimum. Jamar asked me, where you going to get that money from?
Yeah, because
I'm going to get it from Donald Trump. And I know how to do that. Don't ask me how yet, but I'm going to get it from Donald Trump. So
he has $36 billion?
He's the president of the United States of America.
He's been bankrupt a number of times.
The money is America's money.
Okay.
And that request is as simple as an executive order.
Come on, Ben, be real. Just print more.
That's real talk. Just if Israel can call and say, I got Palestine on our back, can you send us $36 million right now? If Donald Trump don't give me $36 million for the state of Minnesota,
is it 36
I'm
million
going
or 36
billion?
Billion with a B.
Yes, I'm going hard in the mother effort because the truth is, in Minnesota, we are in a state of emergency when it comes to people of color. And I know I'm trying to get all over the place when I need to get back to the senator show, but
it's okay. We can cut it at this round because I know we've got other things to talk about.
Community spending is what needs to be done. We need to get them young boys off the streets, create jobs. It's so simple to create a job. Ask me how.
How do you create a job?
This is how we create a job. We take $2 million cash money and spend it all on a building that we're going to pay $2 more million for. And then we're going to take $1 more million for the infrastructure of making that building happen. Right, with that first $2 million, we're going to buy 3D printers and just print stuff and train young boys off the street on how to do that. Here's another way to fix our society. Broadway, up and down it, has opportunity for many businesses. In the state of Minnesota, the city of Minneapolis has money set aside for people of color for just this idea. We take that money and actually invested in the community to the point where when you say, let's get a cohort, instead of, we're cohort in college, we can get cohort on the street. Cohorts of young men, 5 at a pocket. What kind of business you want? Well, we want to own a restaurant. That's a cohort. We want to do IT. That's another one. We want to do what's your name. There's money set aside in the state of Minnesota for African-American men to do just that. And it's a no-brainer for any 5 of them at 5 at a time. We could spend money. You know what? they could own them buildings. And we could teach our children from scratch how to have business ownership, home ownership, the whole 9 yards.
It sounds a lot like entrepreneurial show.
It sure is. It is also breaking the mental slave grip that the United States and Minnesota has put on our people. By changing the mindset of people, we can ignore the police. That's what African American people don't do. When we're with our babies, and I got a grandbaby, I got 3 grandbabies, and one of them will look all the time, say, Papa, there go the police, for no reason. We don't have crime at our house. There's no reason for that, but it's in the fabric of our people. And so my thing is, the police are there to serve us. The police are there to decrease crime. I don't want crime to run rampant. I don't. I don't want brothers shooting up each other. I don't. But the thing is, we got to provide them something. Because again, back to
it sounds like what you're saying is it's an economy thing.
It sure is.
Chris Seymour's New
I
Deal.
can agree with you on that.
It is a
See, but you got me. You said you were going to get to something I'd agree with.
You got 2 more?
No, let's move on because
right.
we're running low on time.
Show. It's a fantastic show.
It is.
But you wanted to, before we leave you, because I'm enjoying this conversation. I don't agree with everything you say, but I'm enjoying this conversation so much. I want to have you on again at some point.
Let's talk about something you disagree with. So get you to compromise.
Well, let's continue. You were going to tell me we were talking about $15 an hour for McDonald's employees.
Ben is highly against $15 an hour.
When I can't get through a drive-through window without my order getting taken wrong or being told the wrong price or just constant, it seems like that. If you want to earn $15 an hour, you got to be a lot better at your job. And
you got a wife?
I don't have a wife.
Okay, you don't know what you're talking about.
I also don't have a wife.
Because all I can hear in the back of my head is, I ain't no short order cook. If you want this, you better pay me more than $15 an hour. If you had a wife, you wouldn't be telling me the stuff you're saying, Ben.
I'm just.
Well, as
so
Ben's
let's get
pseudo-wife.
You know any single women?
Yeah, I do. I'll find you some, bro. I'll find you some. It's at church.
Church?
Okay.
Okay.
Can you go to church if you're an atheist?
You can go to church and get you a wife even if you're an atheist, because what they're going to do when they're going to pray for him. Right. And when they get done, he's going to believe in God, and he's going to look around and be like, ooh, there goes my wife right there.
I'm going to change my life. I live in northeast Minneapolis.
It's a lot of church.
I live right.
Pick the color church you like.
There's a Polish church near where I live.
I mean it that way too. You like it thick.
Okay, so $15 an hour. That's not compromising, Chris Seymour. That is not compromising. You saying get a wife.
So, no, I was just telling him what he was saying don't make no sense at all. You have just devalued humans by saying they don't deserve to be paid enough. That's why I gave the Darth Vader voice. If y'all ever paid attention to the Star Wars trilogy and all the other things, the reason why Darth Vader became Darth Vader is because society was treating them wrong. His mother was raped by a bunch of criminals. The Empire wouldn't come to his rescue. They made him go off to war and do their bidding without helping his people, generation after generation. And that's why the people at McDonald's can't help you, sir, is because you're right. You don't need no form of education to come in and work at McDonald's. They have pictures on the menus. And if you're a special ed kid, you can still work at McDonald's. And, sir, the problem is you might be going to the same McDonald's that hire them special ed children, and it takes a little bit longer for them to learn. I taught special ed and ASD, autism spectrum disorder, for years. That's who work at McDonald's. Old people work at McDonald's right alongside 14-year-old people, because in our society, they compete against each other. The 14-year-old and the 94-year-old.
Oh, I don't disagree with you with that.
They do. Well, you see, you agree with me. What you
well,
don't
ever since the great,
your hamburger don't come out fast enough.
No, it's just that I think that you pay an employee what value they bring to the company. And I think when you run the numbers, that a computer, a kiosk, can bring better value to a company than a human being can. Why pay someone
I want
less
you to know
than
this. I didn't disagree with that. Automation is great.
Right.
When you Google me public, do that. SEYMORE. I am all about the future, bro. But the thing is, we need people to run the future. So I heard you say atheist.
Yes,
but
these people will build and replace those robots.
Okay, so dig this. But in the United States of America, until it's not, and this might be one thing I might push for as a senator, to remove "In God We Trust" off the U.S. dollar and every coin.
Okay.
The reason being is because it's not in God we trust. Our nation is so dang on backwards. And so because if we really believed in God we trust, what we would know is, like I said, the computer and all those things, that is better. But the Bible says, the Bible of the God we trust on our dollar says, and the reason why I'm saying that, because if you're Hindu, your God can be a cow or something, if I'm not mistaken. So I need to make sure in the United States of America, the God we trust on the dollar is the creator of the universe. And the creator of the universe says in the Bible, if a man don't work, a man can't eat. And the truth is, if society becomes 100% automated, where men and women don't work, then we get universal income. And that universal income will be according to whatever the government says. And back to Star Wars. In Star Wars, they got that universal income all the way down to, this is how many food packets you get today.
Oh, I don't want that.
No, but you're asking for it by saying the computer's better than the human, and we don't need to pay them that much. You're begging for destruction.
I feel McDonald's though isn't a career; it's a job.
McDonald's
and should be a stepping stone to something bigger.
No, you guys are, y'all are different. So different. Listen.
We are so weird.
In the 80s, there was a young man called Calvin.
Okay.
And am I Facebook Live?
You are.
I'm good. I'm going to mention a man's name that I went to high school with, Central High School. His name is Michael Jackson.
Not that one.
Nope. But a flamboyant character.
Maybe that one.
Michael Jackson. I remember because we took studio classes together. He always talked. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Blah blah blah. Yeah, exactly. But so in the 80s, McDonald's had Calvin on TV. He was the poster boy for African American men can start at the fryer, working fries at McDonald's, and become the CEO of McDonald's. So McDonald's can be and is a career choice for real, for our people and our community. Millions of African American people make over $75,000 at McDonald's. Fact check that. But what?
When you're 5 years old and you ask a 5-year-old what they want to be when they grow up,
they might say, I want to flip burgers at McDonald's.
I haven't heard one, and I ask that question a lot. No, you're right. I don't have a husband, but you know what? He ain't gonna work at McDonald's. He's gonna get himself
I talk
a real
about that.
job.
What I'm saying is, I have a wife and 4 kids and 3 grandkids.
And you don't work at McDonald's.
But I have.
Chris.
Right.
Grandkids will say, I want to work at McDonald's.
Chris, just to be personal.
Yeah.
We got a lot of listeners that think Cat Lady and I should get married.
You should. Y'all gonna learn a lot. You heard Kevin Hart? You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
No, thank you.
So yeah, McDonald's is the fabric of the United States, y'all. We need to pay attention to that. It started out with some guys working hard, and then some other guys sold them some stuff to make it better, and then now it's automated.
Chris Seymour,